Who says practicality and performance can't go together? Subaru begs to differ with the Forester XT. For 20 years, Subaru has been fitting turbos to their crossovers. So how does this modern interpretation fare? But first, the looks. Much like the previous generation Forester, this current model gets more SUV-like looks. Overall, the design could be best described as subtle, with practically no hints of aggression at all. Your only performance markers are the unique wheels, 2 exhaust pipes, the XT badge, and this unique front bumper. Inside, the Forester is an exercise of function over form, with buttons and dials clearly marked throughout the cabin. The infotainment screen is also very simple to use, thanks to large markings and very, very clear graphics, if a little bit dated. Also, it feels very solid and spacious here too, thanks to generous room, large windows, and that massive sunroof. With its turbocharged 2.0-liter engine, output is rated at 240 horsepower and 350 Nm of torque. As you expect from a Subaru, it sends power to all 4 wheels and shifts, if you could call it that, via a continuously variable transmission. With the CVT being paired with a high-output turbo engine, how will it feel? There's only one way to find out. If you still have doubts about continuously variable transmissions, then the Forester Turbo might change your mind. Despite the high boost, it delivers power smoothly, and the transmission can actually cope with it. With 240 horsepower under the hood, overtaking is as simple as squeezing the throttle. Unfortunately, it comes with an expense, and that comes with fuel economy. It only does about 5 to 6 kilometers per liter if you're driving around the city. As for handling, you could best describe it as a WRX on stilts. Of course, that's no bad thing. It feels sure-footed and secure, even if you're a little exuberant with the steering wheel and the throttle. Of course, it's still a pretty tall vehicle, so you might want to take it easier around the turns. But other than that, it's actually a pretty engaging car to drive, and it's probably one of the best handling cars in its class. With its sporting credentials, there is a trade-off when it comes to ride. It's a little firmer than the non-turbo models. But not to worry, it's actually still pretty comfortable in here, thanks to these very supportive seats. Also, despite the large side mirrors and the pretty upright styling, wind noise is kept to a minimum. You could daily drive this thing if you don't mind the high fuel bills. To sum up, the Subaru Forester XT can be best described as a Jekyll and Hyde car. On one hand, you have a practical crossover with loads of space and a high safety rating. On the other hand, you have the performance credentials that can give some sports cars a scare. At 2,048,000 pesos, it sounds a little expensive, but think of it this way. The XT can do 2 supposedly mutually exclusive things, and it's all in one neat little package.